Hello folks, and welcome to another video. I hope this one finds you cooler than I currently am. Holy hell. Even bloody Satan himself would be reaching for a cold beer. At this point, very, very warm where I am. As I spoke about in the previous video featuring the citation longitude. And I must say right off the bat, it's a good thing that I don't operate a webcam, folks. Just quietly, because I'm in the nude. I am absolutely sweating like a pig here. And not that you needed to know that, but, well, now you do. So try getting that image out of your head as this video unfolds. But I guarantee you, folks, you will not be seeing photographic evidence of same. You just have to take my word for it. What are we doing today? We're going for a bit of a reacquaintance flight, I suppose you'd call it. I just feel like flying the Vision Jet. Few of you have mentioned it in recent comments in other videos, and I really enjoy flying the Vision Jet, but I haven't flown it for a while, so I thought, let's drag it out of the hangar. It's a beautiful livery, hey? November 9-3 Romeo Golf. Isn't that beautiful? It's a cute little bird, isn't it? It never looks better than in that livery. Folks, we find ourselves in a place that, well, you may have heard of. I hadn't until just recently. The sign on the top of the building gives it away. If you squint, folks, there you go. Toyama, not Toyota, as I keep referring to it in my mind. Toyama. We're in Japan, folks, and we're flying 3 VIP passengers, FS economy passengers, down to another place, which name escapes me just at the moment. We've got, geez, that's noisy. Where's that sound coming from? We've got a departing aeroplane of some sort. Oh, it's FS realistic. Of course. There you go. That's a very nice effect, eh? Yeah, Matsuama? Have I got that right? Matsuama? We'll have a look at the flight plan, folks, and I'll remind myself as another aeroplane departs overhead. And here we are in little nav map. Matsuyama. Matsuyama is the city that we're flying to, folks, down here on the sort of the southwestern end of the big island here in Japan, being Honshu, isn't it? The big island. I'm trying to remember back to my school days. I had a little what do you call it? Not an acronym, but mnemonic. Honshu, I think it's the big island. Good thing this is not a geography channel, folks. Anyway, we're in Japan. Toyama is up here, and Matsuyama is down here. And I've chosen to sort of construct what I hope will be an interesting visual route for myself. One thing that you get in the Vision Jet is excellent visibility. You get great speed, but great visibility. So I'm going to fly it down at 5,500 feet VFR for a bit of fun. So we're going to begin our journey in Toyama, heading towards Komatsu. Did someone just cough? This FS realistic thing is this profile is not something that I normally use, but it sounds like I've got coughing happening, or is it just the voices in my mind? Possibly. Toyama, Ishikawa, overhead Fukui, and then we continue over Lake Biwa, Kyoto, Osaka. Hey, I'm not sounding like a local here, folks, eh? Then we're going to fly kind of on the outskirts of Osaka Bay, pretty much overhead Kansai International Airport, which is positioned out there in the middle of Osaka Bay. And then sort of skirting the shoreline of Wakayama Bay, overhead a place called Kitajima. We're going to be flying pretty close to Komatsugan Ryokushi Park. My apologies to my Japanese viewers. I know there's a few out there. I do try, folks. Then we're going to follow the river, which would be the... What's that river name? The Yoshino. The Yoshino River, which looks like it doesn't flow too strongly, considering how much build-up there is. Anyway, the Yoshino River, and we're going to follow that down towards our destination, being the city of Matsuyama, and our airport down there is Romeo Juliet Oscar Mike Rojom. That's really what it's called. Rojom. No, Matsuyama Airport. Why's it got Rojom? Anyway, there's a Toyota rent-a-car. There's also another park. Looks like a whole lot of freight facilities down there. Yeah, lots of place names that I cannot pronounce, folks. But that is the journey that we're going to do today. A journey of 313 nautical miles. FS economy run, as I mentioned. Should make us a nice little bit of virtual coin, and gives me an excuse to reacquaint myself with one of my favourite little aeroplanes in this sim, being the Vision Jet. Let me get us started and on our way. Right, taxiing out. We do have custom freeware at both ends of our journey today, folks, here in Toyama and at Matsuyama. There is a developer who's done some really great work on some Japanese airports. There will be a link to both airports used in this video in the description, but worth checking out some of his other stuff. I do have I think the full range of his airports installed. I don't get to fly in Japan all that often, but when I do, I enjoy it even more because of freeware developers like our friend, I think his name is Kaze, K-A-Z. There you go, I hope I got that pronunciation right, champ. Now we are not running with live weather today, folks. Live weather in Japan at the moment is not really suitable for VFR flight, so I'm going to have to backtrack here, am I? Yeah, right, I'll backtrack. We've got a very light breeze. I want to take off towards the south. We've got a long taxi, folks. A longish taxi anyway. It's nice to be back in the Vision Jet. Visibility is just so good. And speed, getting along at close enough to 250 knots. Down low, yeah, it's good fun. There's a few people that own these things IRL and make content that they publish to YouTube. I happened to stumble across one the other day. A young fella who was flying his missus and his parents, I think it was. There was a sort of a cross-country flight. I think he began in Florida. I'm not quite sure where the first leg ended up. I can't remember, but. Yeah, really enjoyable. I thought to myself, you lucky bastard. To be flying your own bloody Cirrus jet. But they all looked very, very comfortable indeed. And he looked very competent. I was quite impressed. You know, he looked like he probably graduated high school last year or something. And he's bloody in the left seat of a jet. You know, very nice indeed. Speaking of content creation, folks. I've been enjoying some flight sim channels. Not the big names. I find myself actually getting a lot more enjoyment out of watching some channels that, you know, don't get a lot of love, don't have a lot of subscribers, but make some good stuff. You know, people that are, well, I feel an affinity with them because they seem to be people just like me, making content to share with the rest of the community, making content that they want to make and enjoying themselves. That's what it's about for me. And I watched a video the other day from a guy. His channel, I think, has about 12 subscribers. I tell you, it was one of the most enjoyable flight sim videos I've seen in a long time. And if I could remember his channel, I'd link to it. But I mention all of this, a bit of a community service announcement, I guess, just to say, check out, don't be afraid to check out some content creators that, you know, don't have a lot of subscribers and likes and views and stuff, but guys that are just making this for the love of it. And you'll find some absolute gems. You really will. So, yeah, next time you're viewing a channel that you think could use some love, and a lot of them could. You know, guys aren't out there doing this for the likes necessarily, or a subscriber count in mind, but you know, I'm sure they'd appreciate a bit of support, just as you guys have supported me and this channel over the years. It has always been appreciated. So, heading bug aligned. We should get some flaps happening. Where's our trim position? We probably need to get a bit of up trim happening, hey, into the green range, about 4 or 5 or 6, something like that, middle of the green. Kinka is our first waypoint. Kinka. We've got our V speeds, or rotate speed, plugged in, which is 90. 125 is going to be our initial climb. We've got our FS economy thing on. We've got no warnings. We've got all of the switches in the right place. I think strobies can come on there. No worry about icing protection today. Light breeze. Let's do it, folks. Bring in some juicies. The FedEx will look after us. More juicies. There we go. Lovely. Acceleration. And airspeed. Oh, beautiful. Look at that visibility. Love it. We are heavy today. Rotate will come around about there. Let's do it. Up we go, up into the bar. Positive rate and all that. She loves to fly, doesn't it? Oh, absolutely beautiful. Get rid of those flaps nice and early. Your damper comes on as I do so. We're going to go autopilot on in a little bit. Let's hand fly for. Let's get us up through the first 1,000 hand fly. Accelerating our way through. Bring back on some juicies. And we'll go autopilot around about here. We'll go IAS mode, which should pitch us down. Move into a heading mode as well, thank you Georgie, and around to the west, intercept our magenta. As I take an external for the folks, there we go. We leave behind the city of Toyama, Japan. That really is a beautiful livery, isn't it? Folks, I'll see you at various points en route. So this would be Komatsu Airport, but we're making the turn overhead, heading down towards Fukui. I hope I got that pronunciation correct. Oh, this is great fun. Absolutely loving it. Great to be back in the Vision Jet with my mate Kingy. I happened to I got a comment through on a video that I made quite a while ago. A video that was made while Kingy, the real Kingy, was still with us, and you could actually hear him in the background. Yeah, they never leave your face, do they? Hey, even when they're gone, they're not really gone. Remember Kingy every day. Particularly today. Anyway, you know what I'm going to do? I was mentioning during the departure segment, I'll just stay outside for a bit here, folks. Allow you and I to enjoy the scenery. I mentioned during that sort of long taxi, had to fill in some time somehow, folks. I mentioned the channels that maybe don't get a lot of love, and I know of a few viewers to this channel, a few subscribers and supporters, and I like to call you my virtual mates. We're not gonna meet up in real life, but if we did, I reckon we'd get along all right. You know, we'd talk shit over a few bevies on a regular basis. You know what I mean? And yeah, a couple of you have, a few of you actually, have created your own channels, which is so great to see. And I want to bring attention, the community attention, to one of those channels. And I hope you don't mind, mate. You know who you are, or you will soon, when I show everyone your channel. Really enjoy your content, and I think others might as well. So, without further ado, let me introduce you to a person who goes by the name of Pilot Wannabe. Of course, silly old me had to get that pronunciation incorrect. It's Pilot Wannabe, not Pilot Want to Be. Wannabe. Papa Whiskey Bravo. And worth checking out. Enjoy your content, mate, and all the very best with your channel. Keep making content that you want to make the way you want to make it, and just be yourself. And that's success right there. So there you go, folks. I'm going to try and feature a few of these channels that you may not be aware of, because there are just thousands of flight sim channels out there, and you know, a lot of the big names tend to hog the space, right? They don't need any more shout outs, folks. Some of them are making really good coin, I would suggest. And but I find these channels that don't get a lot of press is where the real quality is, real gems, you know, real enjoyable stuff is to be found. So Pilot Wannabe is one of those channels. I'll call out other channels in future videos, folks. But today, go and check him out. Pilot Wannabe. Right, the journey continue with. We're in and out of the white stuff here, which, yes, probably doesn't meet the requirements of true VFR, folks, but who gives a shit? As long as you enjoy yourself, it don't matter. Lake Biwa is ahead of us. It would be this body of water here. Yep, we can see that. We'll probably check in to see how we're going in terms of the numbers and stuff. What do we got? So we've got 225 miles to run, 50 minutes en route. We've got, we've got a shitload of fuel. Maybe more fuel than what wow, we've got more endurance than what I thought. I thought we'd have about 30 minutes, so I think we're going to have closer to an hour. Alright, plenty of oxygen not required here. IPS fluid, whatever the hell IPS means. It's in the green. Ice protection system, is that what IPS is? I don't know, folks. It doesn't really concern me. The parking brake is off, that's nice. The cabin doors are closed. Baggage door, external power's off, helpful. Emergency exit is closed at the moment, also a good thing. This is a nice aeroplane, isn't it? Hey, really well done, Flight FX. One of the better value aeroplanes for me. This and the Honda Jet, good value aeroplanes. You can pay a lot more money for a lot less product, I feel. But at the end of the day, value is relative, I suppose. But this one really puts a smile on my face, and I put a fair few hours on it in various parts of the world. So, yeah, Lake Biwa appears before us. That's beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful country of Japan. Never got there, IRL. One of my genuine regrets, not getting to set foot on Japanese soil. I would love to. Had an opportunity many years ago, but it's a complicated story. This video is not going to be long enough to tell it, and perhaps I don't really want to remember either. So, but anyway, I can fly it virtually. I can visit virtually, and that will have to suffice for the old man. Everything going well here, folks. Our passengers are happy. Kingy's happy. The old man is happy, if a little warm. Dead set. If I had a pool to jump into, I would be jumping into it, and I'd be jumping into it in the nut. I'd be skinny dipping. It's that bloody hot. Gee, last day of winter. Bloody Dora. Anyway, folks, I'm going to try and pour a bucket of ice or something over my head before the approach. I'll see you later on in the flight. Not too far to go now, folks. That's the Yoshima River down there on the right hand side. Everything going swimmingly well. I've really been enjoying sort of just panning around and seeing the change in landscape. We've gone some very densely populated cities here in Japan, and then you head into the hills here, and the nice contrast. Some of those hills are a decent height. So nice bit of variation. We're going to land runway 32 at Matsuyama is the plan. We've got a light breeze because I'm using a weather selector. Georgie makes a slight left-hand turn. I thought we were going to be hugging the river, like directly overhead the river, Georgie, but anyway, I've put my faith in you, mate, and you have never let me down. Unlike when I put faith in myself. often let myself down. Folks, I will see you for the concluding stages. Alright, concluding stages, folks. We're about 16 miles from touchdown to Matsuyama. Look at the density. Look at that, the sprawl. Oh, it's been nice to have about 20 minutes of green underneath us, but those days are over. Let's get rid of the autopilot and the auto throttle that's come back on that thrust. Start heading down, get rid of the flight director as well. Your damper's staying on until, was it about 300 or 400 feet from touchdown? Come right back on that juicy. Down we come. Been a really enjoyable flight, this one. I've spent most of it outside the VC, sort of whatever that camera's called, external camera I think it's called. Just looking at the scenery, sort of 360 panning around, and yeah, just enjoying it. Been very enjoyable little journey, very pleasing. Get to make a little bit of coin in FS economy as well while doing so. That's been one of the great things about FS economy and those type of career add-ons, is that they do kind of prompt you to do different types of flying, or fly in places that you otherwise normally would not. Keep coming down, slowing down. We've got 10 miles to run. We'll join the magenta at around about that final waypoint, I think. First stage of flap at about 180 knots. Am I remembering that correctly? Just retrim. Birds have been providing me with auditory accompaniment, you might say, to the journey. Can I just say thank you to those of you that do actually, seem to appreciate the fact that birds do accompany me in these videos and don't seem to mind too much. Getting quite loud again now. Should hold a guess the bird contest to see who knows their bird sounds and pick what type of birds we have. We have a few. I will say that. Anyway, Matsuyama Airport appears at about a 1 o'clock position, down to 180 knots now, 7.5, 2,500 AGL. They're good. We'll track the river in here. Runway 32. Here we go. Let me just check out, what is our flap extension speed? What is it? 190. Oh, it's close. I say 180. We are high on the diamond by the looks of it. Visual. On the vertical profile, I mean. We take off stage of flap. We'll take that now. We'll follow this river in. We get a little bit of a pitch up moment. So we're going to hit that final waypoint. Bang on. Beautiful. 150 knots now. The juicies. Sim performance has held up pretty well. Pleased with that. This aircraft is one of the better performing aircraft on my rig anyway. Particularly considering it's got a glass cockpit. 1200, 4 miles to run. Getting a little heavy in pitch at the moment. We've got 2 whites, 2 reds if I squint hard. Looking forward to getting this one on the ground and getting an ice blanket over the PC, because it's really been struggling. Very high temps today. Might actually shut it down. 130 knots now. We'll take gear. We'll take final stage of flap. Bang over that final waypoint. 3 reds, 1 white, slightly low. There's that flap. Approach speed of about 95, something like that. VREF of 90 by the looks of it. Little vibrations courtesy of FS Realistic. Nice gentle turn on the final for our 3 VIP packs. 110 knots over the river. A few stutters starting to appear. We've got some serious object count starting to render. 110 knots. Retrimming.
500.
Beautiful. Runway 32 ahead. Off the juice a tad. I'll take this early opportunity to say thank you to you all for your company in another video. It is always appreciated. Short final runway 32, Matsuyama.
Minimums.
Reverses on the Vision Jet. Folks, welcome to Matsuyama, Japan. Until we next meet, you stay well, enjoy your simming, and bye for now.